he allowed me to go first. So, Senator Fetterman, please.
Senator Fetterman,
I got time
Pennsylvania is
today.
recognized.
Thank you. Thank you. So, people all across Pennsylvania has been made it very, very clear that we are experiencing a housing crisis. 32% of renters in Center and Pike counties are paying more half of their incomes in rent. Rents for the average 1 or 2 bedroom apartments are up to as much of $1,000 a month in Indiana County, $1,200 a month in Montour County, and $2,000 a month in the Lehigh Valley. Franklin County is adding 2,000 jobs, but has no units affordable for these workers. We are short 15,000 units for income people in Pittsburgh region alone. Shelters in Dauphin County are at maximum capacity. Addressing this housing crisis is at a top priority for me, and I'm glad to be here today to discuss possible solutions. I'm proud to introduce with my colleagues the distinguished senator from Wyoming, the very bipartisan Whole Home Repairs Act. And now I want to just talk about the history of that. That was inspired in my own state, spearheaded by Senator Savall, my state senator. And I'd like to point out that Senator Savall represents one of the bluest districts across the nation, technically, as well, too. But that was embraced by his colleagues in the Pennsylvania Senator from as red of any district in Pennsylvania as well, too. So if this can happen in Pennsylvania, I hope that we can have this now nationally as a model. And now we have success stories on that. Mr. Tyler of Hawley, Pennsylvania, 87 years old, and worked as a farmer, as a mechanic and bartender and a deputy sheriff. His roof collapsed and left a hole in the ceiling, and the water leaks and exposure had caused partial rotting of the wall and the ceiling. Wayne County whole home repair funds were used to make exterior repairs to the roof, ceiling, and the wall, as well as weatherizing improvements that have reduced his heating bill by 2/3. Remaining interior work will be completed this month. And now, Mr. Josephs, thank you for LISC's support for the Whole Home Repairs Act. Can you please explain what repairs are and what are not covered by existing federal programs?
Yes, thank you for that question. If I may first also add that there's 5.6% of all homes in rural areas are inadequate. They need these kind of repairs. And it's estimated that the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia estimated repair needs of $149 billion on our housing stock, $57 billion in homes occupied by low-income individuals. So this is exactly the right tool that we need. The existing federal programs at HUD, USDA, DOE, and other, they cover certain things like lead remediation or weatherization, sometimes loans for home repairs, but there's really no one-stop shop to get this kind of services. So I think that's the great innovation of the bill.
Yeah, and I just want to drill down on this idea of, of course, now it's a truly bipartisan solution out of Pennsylvania. And I was lieutenant governor at the time, and I thought that was remarkable. And you have one of my colleagues, again, from an incredibly blue district, in Philadelphia, and now found a huge audience from red counties and districts all across Pennsylvania. And that's why I'm hopeful that there might be a path forward. An expert like yourself now fully endorses this.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So we work to ensure the federal program would help both rural and urban areas. Can you speak to the need of this kind of support across these kinds of communities?
Yeah, so I jumped the gun with the stats. In rural communities, there's 1.4 million homes that are classified as inadequate, so they need significant repairs. That's 5.6% of the homes. But also we know there's a lot of aging housing stock in the country. It's at 43 years of age, the median home in 2021 is the oldest it's ever been. In 1991, the median age of a home was 27 years. So this is a problem that's really affecting rural communities. It's in urban communities where you might have higher rates of vacancy, in foreclosures. So it's a tool that can be used in both.
Mr. Chairman, 60 seconds.
Certainly,
All
Senator
right.
Fetterman.
Thank you. Ms. Bailey, what's the need for home repair assistance, and how much of our housing stock how we're going to lose, and if we don't have these kind of investments?
Well, thank you, Senator, for that question. We could lose significant amounts of affordable housing without these kind of investments. This is exactly why predatory entities can come into communities and purchase homes, because people don't have the resources they need to fix them. So they make a reasonable choice to be able to sell these properties, or a family member who inherits the property may decide to sell the property, where if they could have access to some resources to renovate the property and improve the infrastructure of that property, they would keep it. So it can prevent a lot of displacement. It could prevent communities from us losing affordable housing in communities.
Thank you. And thank you for your.
Senator, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank all of you for your testimony. And Mr. Chairman, thank you for holding another hearing on the vital issue of affordable housing. We all know we